Good morning, Montgomery County. Listen, I am so lucky to have as our senior senator, Chris Van Hollen. He's incredible, he's a wonderful partner, and I'm so glad not only to be here today with him, but I want to say a very, very sincere thank you to each of you who have come out this morning to reaffirm the preamble of the United States Constitution, which begins, "We the people," in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. And what that means is the power of the government is derived from the people. This government derives its power and its authority from the people, not from a king. The power belongs to the people of the United States. And it is important that we are all here today because when history records this very, very troubling moment in the history of our country, let it be known that we were here, that we showed up for this country that we love so much. We understand that the work of perfecting our nation is an ongoing process. And we're showing up today not only for ourselves, but for our children and our grandchildren to reestablish the very foundational principles of our country. We are experiencing right now some very, very dark days. You've watched them with your own eyes. They have been depressing, and they have been just so difficult to watch. In particular, the 9 months where we've seen this administration who have attacked our federal workers, who have demonized those very men and women who are the great patriots of this country. Shame. But we are here today because we recognize that freedom requires our active participation. It's the reason that Coretta Scott King said that freedom is never really won, that we have to fight it and win it in every generation. And this is our moment to fight for the freedoms that mean so much to each of us. And those freedoms are upheld every single day by the men and women who have shown up. I've met them, many of them, who have shown up in this government day in and day out for decades. The patriots who show up, they don't care whether the president is a Democrat or a Republican, because they show up to serve the American people, the heroes of our government. The civil servants, the ones like my grandmother, whose name was Sarah Daisy. Sarah Daisy was a patriot of our country. She was a woman who wanted so desperately to work in the federal government. She worked as a housekeeper instead in D.C., and my father said it was her great dream to work in the government. But you remember back then it required that you had to take a civil servant's exam and take a typing test. But Sarah didn't have a typewriter and she didn't know how to type, and so he told me that she spent each evening in their one-bedroom apartment standing in front of their refrigerator where she taught herself to type on the white piece of paper that she taped on the refrigerator with a keyboard on it. And she did that until she passed that civil servant's exam and got herself a job in the federal government. Yes! And I am here today because I am Sarah's legacy. And I recognize so clearly the courageous work that is done by our federal workers. She was so proud to work in the federal government. She worked, in fact, in a place called the Hoffman Building. And she never let me forget it. Every time I saw her, she said, I've seen General so-and-so walk in the halls, and this person. But she was so proud, and she joins the hundreds of millions of people who have federal workers in their families. And the Republicans have said that they want these patriotic federal workers to feel traumatized. You have heard with your own ears the words of the very sinister Russell Vogt, who said that he wanted our patriotic federal employees to feel so traumatized that they would not want to come to work each day. The same person who said that he hoped that they would be regarded as the great villains of our country. And his words echo the words of this president, who has also instructed our military to see each of us as enemies of our own country, who said that he wanted us to be regarded as enemies. And so this is the reason that we are here. Now, 4 months ago, I stood right here in this same spot outside of NIH, where I was the first United States Senator to call on RFK Jr. to resign or to be fired. And let me explain why. We stand outside of NIH, the world's leading agency for public health research. This is the place the nation looks to for discoveries in public health. This is where the world looks to fight global health crises. This is the beacon of American exceptionalism. Our standing, our global standing as exceptional rests on our prowess in research, science, and medicine. Over the last 40 years, NIH has helped reduce deaths from heart disease by 75%. Deaths from stroke are down by 75%. And NIH funding has led the fight to save countless lives with groundbreaking discoveries. NIH is the greatest credit to sustained medical research in the history of the world. But now we are dealing with an administration that is a direct threat to our health. An unqualified HHS secretary. Now, this crazy president has said that he laid off and fired federal workers because they were incompetent. And I want you to know that Senator Van Hollen and I have been in the hearing rooms, and we know incompetent up close and personal. We know what it looks like because we've seen the people that he's put forward. Now, a qualified HHS secretary would highlight the effectiveness of vaccines and urge people to continue getting vaccinated. A capable secretary would have some sense of compassion for the suffering of children. The secretary that we have instead is downplaying the deaths and encouraging untested treatments. He is dangerous. His policies have been dangerous, and Americans will get sicker, and they already have. The eyes of the world are upon us. Most of them are looking for us to lead. Some look for us to stumble, but they are watching us nonetheless. And having Secretary Kennedy as the face of our nation's health and research operations sends a terrible message to the rest of the world and a terrifying one to the American people. We all know that he never had the qualifications, and he's lost the confidence of the American people, and we've got to get him out of there. Now I want to ask you a question, and this is one that Senator Van Hollen, I believe, was asking as well. This president lied to us when he said that somehow his presidency would make our lives better. Have Americans' lives gotten better yet? That's the question. Absolutely not. Have our grocery prices gone down? No. Have health insurance rates gone down? No. And ask yourselves, can anyone aside from the billionaires of this country claim that they have benefited from this presidency? No. And so we understand that it is the very reason that from day one they have been shutting down the government. You know why? To repurpose it for billionaires, to benefit the billionaires of this country. All of this, I submit to you, also is in an effort to hide the real fact. The fact is that this administration's economic policies are failing. They are a growth failure. And all of the witch hunts, the attacks on our immigrants, the inhumanity, the cruelty, the callousness of this administration, all is to hide its incompetency where our economy is concerned. Because the truth of the matter is that our lives have not gotten better. We have the mood of this country. We will never forget the cruelty that has been unleashed. It will last forever, will last for generations to come, what was done in this moment. But we are here, you are here, we're standing up against it, and guess what? This is a season in our country, and I submit to you that it will pass. that no matter how dark it looks in this very moment, I want you to know that we are here, and I've said it before this afternoon, but there will be other afternoons and other mornings in this country. Because after the darkness, I want you to know that morning will surely come. Morning will surely come. This is not the end of it, but we are going to stand together until our union is in fact perfect, until we have the justice that we deserve, until we establish the peace that we deserve. And I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your courage. We're in this together. Thank you so much, and God bless you for being here.